It's the 2K Sport.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. And our coverage tonight will be coming to you from Milwaukee, where the Bucks will be going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota's been playing with a lot of focus. It's been a fantastic season for them, and this could be one of its most memorable nights, as a win here gives them the best record in the league. And guys, this team getting some big help in the form of Freak. He has stepped up and been a big contributor over this recent stretch of games. Shaq, what's been the change for him?
You know, he's playing under control, Ernie. He's not trying to do too much with each possession. You know, he's also being more aggressive, taking the initiative. You know, he's just going at people. The barbecue chicken theory, Ernie. Get out of my way. I'm going to eat.
The Bucks look to take charge at BMO Harris Bradley Center, and we're bringing it to you live from Milwaukee here on 2K Sports. For the Timberwolves, this is the last game before heading back to Minnesota. An exciting game for this team and their fans, too. A lot of us saw this coming, as a win here locks up the best record in the West.
And I think for Minnesota, they must have reached every goal they set for themselves this season. For them to be this high in the standings this late in the season, what an accomplishment.
And I know it took a long time for people around the league to trust their success, but I don't think there's anybody left out there who doesn't think they're for real at this point.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Hubbard is in at the point. David Lee is out there with Wiggins. Then there's Shabazz Muhammad. And it's Towns in at the 5 down low. Here's Johnson after the basket by Minnesota. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Dixon a screen on Wiggins. Monroe sets a screen for Antetokounmpo. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Wiggins. Dixon grabs the board. We play just over a minute here in the first. Richardson with it. He's coming off a 16-point game against Boston. Shot off the screen. They get it back. Monroe. It's tipped. Now here's Freak. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Bucks have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Antetokounmpo kicks to Richardson. Launches a 3. Richardson missing again.
Still scoreless after 4 attempts, trying to take the lid off the basket.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Back to Antetokounmpo, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's going to be on Andrew Wiggins. The Bucks shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. 2 shots.
Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo.
He's a dead eye at the line, fellas. Just call him automatic. He doesn't miss many of those.
Hubbard. Rebound by Monroe. Not a fast start for the Bucks. It's a 5-point game. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And despite the outcome, I think they'll feel a little better about that game. There are a lot of positives that they can take away from that performance.
And I think that's exactly what they have to do, guys. Don't dwell on the final score. You know, think about the things you did well and move forward and take it from there. So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
Yeah, the great field goal percentage to start, exactly what they were hoping for.
Now here's Hickson. 8 points his last outing. Kicks it out to Richardson. Lets it go from deep. Richardson missing again.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
And Muhammad kicks to Freak. Banked in off the glass. Freak's got his first bucket in this one.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, well, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Hickson with the bucket.
Now, that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Freak dishes to Muhammad. Freak passes to Lee. Wiggins kicks to Freak. Back to Wiggins. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
Richardson missing again.
It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it.
There's the bucket. Good.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Come on, Bradley Center. You better make some noise for your energy.
Big group substitution. Both teams making some changes here. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Hubbard in at point guard. Towns is out there with David Lee. Then it's Wiggins, and it's Muhammad in at the shooting guard position. Now here's Richardson. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Nets really lit it up. He finished with 33 points, and as he had the typical big game assist-wise, finding open men to come away with a healthy assist total, too. Numbers like that are rare to see by any player in a game he'll always remember.
Great job, Doris. Thank you, guys. It's going to be very interesting to see if he can stay in a role like that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes those hot streaks can last for days, and I'm sure they'll be feeding him the basketball, hoping he's still got that mojo working.
Well, they ought to. I mean, when you've got a thoroughbred like him, I think you've got to ride him for as long as he'll carry you.
Bucks trail by 19. Johnson dishes to Richardson. He's looking for Monroe and finds him. And that is good.
Oh, tough play. Boy, did he have to fight to get that one to the ring.
Timberwolves have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. And good on the basket. Book it. 8 points for Freak.
Oh, nice double pump finish there. Strictly for the fans.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Here's Johnson. Rebound by Lee. Lee's got 4 rebounds in this game.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
And he gets it to go.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and, Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Now here's Wiggins. He had 10 points in the win against Brooklyn.
They're perfectly content to keep going to that mid-range jumper. If the defense is going to give it to them, they'll take it all day.
And it's about getting open looks, and they've used that shot with great effect here tonight.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Here's an opportunity for us now to focus on some small forwards who play anything but small. The leading shot blockers at the 3 spot. Third is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And that's a group of perhaps the most well-rounded defenders in our league. Solid on the perimeter with the ability to block shots on the interior.
Yeah, they really do make up the perfect blueprint of a strong defender at the 3 spot, combining the ability to defend on the floor and in the air.
And the jam by David Lee.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no lying in those totals.
Here's Johnson, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
This is his first free throw of the game. The first free throw is good. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
Boy, they're really battling, guys. Not sitting back, being aggressive, attacking when they have the chance. I like that.
Man, I like their approach to the game right now. There's tremendous aggression on both ends, putting the onus on the officials. Clearly, they've been the hotter team here in the first half.
Well, they've been grit and grind, working for those high percentage shots, and quite honestly, it's paid off for them.
Rejected by Hubbard, and Hickson throws it down. A minute 50 left in the second quarter. Freak kicks to Towns. To the inside, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And a chance to check out the stats for Richardson. How's the last month of basketball been for him? First in scoring, second in three-point field goal percentage, and he's an eraser inside, a definite factor defensively, right in that top 5 in blocks per game.
And I tell you what, his scoring abilities are almost otherworldly. I mean, no one's been able to slow him down or even come close.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Harrell, he's checked in for Hickson. Parker comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Vaughn's checked in for Johnson. And it's Carter Williams in for Richardson. Leans checked in for Minnesota. And the first half.
Well, Ricky,
all right, men, we've done a good job in the first half of taking the momentum and being assertive with our style of play. These are the types of halves where we are helping ourselves out by making clean passes. They haven't caused us too many problems in the passing lanes to this point, but we still have a half of basketball to play. If there was a real positive to be found, it was in transition. We made some really quick, sharp outlet passes and got some easy buckets on the break. That's where they might be most vulnerable. What I want us thinking about now is getting the ball into the low post. Let's find the open passing lanes and feed our guys in tight. All right, guys, let's get out there and play a good second half.
And now the third quarter about to get going.
Well, just take a look at what Wiggins has done tonight. He's got 13 points and 1 assist. Talk about on fire. Nearly everything's going in for him right now.
He's just got that touch, that magic touch right now.
Bucks trail by 8. Here's Richardson. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. We've got Antetokounmpo. Monroe is out there with Hickson. Then there's Richardson. And it's Johnson in at the shooting guard. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Jason Kidd.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
Milwaukee with the ball. Following the bucket by the Timberwolves. 4 on the shot clock. Richardson, good.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Out that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Hickson.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
That's good.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Now here's Richardson, guarded by Hubbard. Floats one up. Richardson, good. Richardson's got 5 points so far.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And the call will be against David Lee. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And stolen by Freak.
Whoa! And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Here's Hickson, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Johnson's shot is off. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Freak with the ball. That's good. 15 points for Andrew Wiggins.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And the rebound goes to David Lee.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
And J.J. Hickson is going to pick up a foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
And the Bucks making a change here. Parker's checked in. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Zach LaVine's checked in for Shabazz Muhammad. Parker sets the screen for Richardson. Kicks to Parker. To halt the run, and the shot is good. Parker's got 8.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
Wiggins passes to Hubbard. Just 5 on the clock. Wiggins with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. LaVine, and there's another one for the Timberwolves.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
And now your Milwaukee Bucks answers.
All right, let's go over to the side. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Freaks checked in. Minnesota leading by 14. Feeds it to LaVine. Here's Hubbard. Offensive rebound. And Towns gets it to go. Towns has got his 2nd basket of the game.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Carter Williams, solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. There's 45 seconds left in the 3rd. Now here's Freak. Carter Williams covering. And here we go. Fast break. Carter Williams has got the ball. Good. And that's now 10 points for Parker.
What a smart pass by Carter Williams right there.
Here's Hubbard. And a miss there on the triple. Bucks trail by 12. Now here's Carter Williams, guarded closely. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Grown man's power. power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
And we've seen those kinds of plays get them fired up in the past.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Minnesota on top. They lead by 13. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Looking at the last game for the Minnesota Timberwolves, it was a win against the Nets in Brooklyn. So on the floor for Minnesota, the athletic duo of Levine and Wiggins on the perimeter. Gorgui Dieng is out there with David Lee, and it's Hubbard in at the 1 spot. Richardson dishes to Hickson. Down low. And the pass to Monroe. Here's Richardson. Here's Hickson. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to be on Freak.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Ricky Rubio checked in for Levine. He hits the second from the line. Timberwolves leading by 14. And here's Freak. Baseline J on the way. There's David Lee on the assist by Freak. And it's 8 points for David Lee.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
And that one's good. Wiggins.
Not shot from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Love the mentality there, I tell you. I know I've never coached, but, man, playing to win and being aggressive even with the lead as opposed to being safe and going into prevent offense, I'll take the former all day long. Play to win.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jason Kidd was saying to his team. He told the team he wanted to run their offense through Parker. Coach has a lot of faith in him offensively and let his players know it, insisting that he be at the forefront of what they do at that end of the court from here on out. Likely the final major changes to their game plan as they try to make a late comeback here in the fourth. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks again, Doris. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Timberwolves.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
And he makes the first.
Talk about great numbers for Hickson. He's got 8 points and the 1 steal. He's getting it done, making plays by setting up his teammates and grabbing some nice boards, too.
And also, how about the intangibles? All the little things that he's done. That's also really important.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Muhammad's checked in. In the corner, it's Freak. And again, it's Minnesota.
Well, there's hot guys, and then there's really hot. They just can't miss.
You know, Greg, sometimes you'll see an individual guy go on a shooting tear like this, but the whole squad, wow.
They get it back. Johnson kicks to Parker. The Bucks working the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
You know, they're not totally dominating the glass, but they're definitely doing enough to keep this lead right where it is.
Yeah, but they've separated themselves, Clark, in a number of categories. Rebounds just being one of them.
Richardson kicks to Monroe. Hickson a screen. Pass to Richardson. From deep. Rejected by Hubbard. Right wing. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. That's good.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Richardson, good.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
Freak kicks to Lee. Muhammad, the pass to Hubbard. Jang, a screen. And it's Freak missing.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Here's Richardson. That one off the back iron and out.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And Freak gets it to go on the assist by Wiggins. 30 points for Freak.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Well, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points from close range. So I'd have to agree with you, partner. It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man. And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Timberwolves.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, it seemed toying with.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin. Quite honestly, they were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And the one thing that stood out about these guys all season long, their resiliency to come out and play hard and win games. We've watched some epic battles that they've played, and tonight will mark their 64th win in the year. Something else.
And playing this team only twice on the year, they have to feel good about their strategy and execution. As tonight, they complete a season series sweep against the Bucks.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Freak. And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Richardson dishes to Hickson to the inside. Here's Monroe. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker.
Nice, accurate pass right into the middle.
Now, Freak. Wiggins left side. Parker with the steal. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. And now time to send it over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. He just put it completely out of reach in the fourth quarter. It was as if he was saying, okay, enough fooling around. I'm taking over now.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
He was completely in sync with the whole team tonight. And you can see that in the assist numbers, which were spectacular, I might add. It's hard to imagine him having a better night passing the basketball. Man.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night. And we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.